when they wake up in the morning? Says no one when their foot touches the floor, I can't wait to go to work and be engaged today. Employees don't think about themselves using the term engaged. You probably don't think about yourself using that term. Did you ever go to Sunday dinner and you're talking to the family and how's everything going at work? I've been highly engaged lately, it's actually good. No, nobody talks like that. But in the leadership realm, we talk about engagement all the time. So one of the reasons that I called my book Shift to Professional Paradise was I felt like there needed to be a way that was more accessible and that people might really relate to a little bit better. And instead of that big, long Hewitt and Associates definition, my definition of employee engagement, it's when you're satisfied, you're energized, and you're productive. So think about that again. You're satisfied, you're liking what you're doing, you're energized, you're willing to put effort behind it, and you're productive, you're helping to meet the organization's goals. Or professional paradise. So employee engagement equals professional paradise equals satisfied, energized, productive. Now just to be clear, professional paradise is not working for a Fortune top 100 place to work or a leapfrog, whatever. It's a mindset. And it drives actions which ultimately lead to outcomes. Now, when I wrote my book, Shift to Professional Paradise, I asked over 1,000 people, what makes you happy at work? 30% said successfully completing a task or a project. Raise your hand if you like successfully completing a task or a project. Yes, I heard that about you. I heard you're very much driven by getting things done. That is phenomenal. 15% said positive connections with coworkers and customers. Raise your hand if you love the people you work with. You're having fun with them today, aren't you? I can tell. Okay, 15% said receiving appreciation from others. Raise your hand if you're always appreciated as much as you'd like. Yeah. You know that Sunday dinner table discussion? I've never heard anyone say, if they compliment me one more time at that job, I'm quitting. Yeah, not going to happen. So here's what I'm going to ask you to do, because your appreciation bucket might be a little bit low. And I know you're sitting with your buddies today, so take just a minute right now and appreciate the people sitting at your table. Give them a thumbs up or a hug. Or, yeah, go for it. So are you feeling the love? Yeah? Good. So 12% said teamwork, which I think is sort of the combination of the first two, completing a project with a positive connection. That's really what teamwork's all about. Of course, 12% said money, because this is not a volunteer job. And then 16% said various other projects. The idea here being that none of these are out of the realm of possibility. They're not like... They're not unrealistic expectations. They are, in fact, what we do all the time at work. So if you want people to be more satisfied, energized, and productive, connecting them to these things is what's going to make that happen. Now, if people in professional prison leave that prison yard footprint that we talked about earlier, people in professional paradise, they leave this paradise footprint. You feel good when they're around. You just can feel the energy and the love. I got here early yesterday, and Donna took me on a tour of the hospital here in Williamsburg, and I met Jill. And I don't want to embarrass Jill, but I can tell you that Jill is a Chief Paradise Officer. And I know this from just spending, yeah, let's congratulate Jill. Nice. I know she's totally mortified now. There she is. She's smiling. She's waving. Yay. Your tiara is coming, Jill. It'll be out in a minute. But the way I could tell Jill is a Chief Paradise Officer was by her Paradise footprint. I could tell by the way the staff related to her. I could tell by the way she spoke about the work that she does. And it's not necessarily hard, cold data. It's a little soft and squishy, but you know exactly what I mean, don't you? You know exactly what I mean when I talk about this Paradise footprint. So the goal is to create more of the Paradise footprints, fewer of the prison yard footprints. Now this is Maria, worked in the same office as Sam, and the day I saw Sam, I also saw Maria, and so now I was curious. I said, so Maria, what do you think about the new EMR changes? I heard, that you guys have gotten some updates, what's up? And she said, well, they're not my favorite thing, but I was smart this time. She said, I volunteered to be on the team on the upfront side of things. I kind of knew what was coming along. I felt like I got to put my 2 cents in words. She said, I don't love it, but it'll be fine. So here's two people in the exact same scenario dealing with the exact same change. One has become a chain gang member, sentenced himself to professional prison. The other is a chief paradise officer who's working squarely in professional paradise. So the $64,000 question is, what's the difference between these two? Their attitude, their mindset, right? Raise your hand if you're in charge of your own mindset. The rest of you haven't taken your medicine today? Yeah. So if it just takes changing your mindset to escape from professional prison, why, oh why, would anyone stay there? Now I'm going to give you a chance to talk about this at your table. I hope in addition to being good looking, you sat with smart people, because you're going to have just 2 or 3 minutes to come up with 2 or 3 reasons why people stay stuck.